Hey, so it's pretty safe to assume that if someone is on the cable news talking to a news anchor, they're lying, and it's pretty safe to assume anyone who's the DNC chair is also lying. So we have the infamous Debbie Wasserman Schultz right here. I don't even know how better to set this clip up than to say, buckle up everyone, because she's about to say she didn't rig the primary.
Well, to be frank with you, if I was trying to rig the outcome of this primary, trust me, I could have. There are so many things that
There's so many things. I could have denied Bernie Sanders access to Van right before the Iowa caucus. I could have colluded with the media and literally emailed Phil Griffin and told him to stop running negative stories about Hillary Clinton. I could have limited the amount of debates originally to only 6 when Obama and Hillary had 25 debates. I could have done so much. I could have resigned in disgrace. I could have resigned. No, but seriously, Debbie, like, you did all that. So I don't know who you're fooling on here. You already resigned in disgrace. Who are you winning back over? I don't know why the Democrats have to keep aiming a camera at Deborah Wasserman Schultz. And do you think this news anchor is going to say anything that I just said? Point out like, whoa, Debbie, you totally rigged the primary. Nope, the news anchor's not going to do that. You guessed right.
we could have done to enhance the campaign of one candidate over another.
Things went pretty well for Bernie Sanders, actually.
Exactly. They went well for him despite what you did to him. Despite the fact that he had 0 name recognition going in. He's an old man who's... I'm sorry, Bernie, but you're not the best communicator of your message. That's coming from someone who has a YouTube channel with 158 subscribers. But you're not... He's too, like... He's not assertive enough. Like I talked about in a video the other day, Bernie Sanders needs to be more assertive. But that's not the point. They're saying his campaign did well. That's despite all these obstacles against him. So what does that tell you? It tells you that people like his ideas. It's not about him. It's not about his sexist strategies or whatever that she's about to bring up. It's about his ideas and who he represents. There's nothing going for Bernie Sanders other than his ideas, and that's great. Hillary Clinton had the name recognition. She had the first woman, especially the name recognition within the Democratic Party, in which everyone loved her. Oh, that's another way Debbie Wasserman Schultz could have that's another way she definitely did not rig the primary. She definitely didn't front load the southern states so that the more conservative candidate would win much more easily. It's definitely not like that. She definitely didn't come out and say, I'm against closed primaries because I think that the person who chooses our nominee should be people within the party. So I don't want to let independents into our camp to vote for our candidate because I'm afraid that we're going to have a higher voter turnout and Bernie Sanders is going to win. I'm afraid of a higher voter turnout because I don't like democracy because I'm Debbie Wasserman Schultz. But when Hillary Clinton wins the popular vote and doesn't win the presidency, I'm going to complain. But then I'm also going to do all these undemocratic things. I'm Debbie Wasserman Schultz. That's what Debbie Wasserman Schultz says all the time, and that's what she sounds like. Jesus Christ, this anchor, ridiculous. So Bernie Sanders had it pretty well in the primary, huh? They only closed down polling places in Brooklyn. That's all they did. He had it pretty good, huh? They totally cut the hours in all the counties that he was doing well in. But he had it pretty well. They made up lies about him being sexist and about his supporters throwing chairs. The list goes on and on. The list of how many ways Debbie Wasserman Schultz and the DNC rigged the primary is unending. And everyone knows that. So I don't understand what the fuck Vice is doing. Why is Vice doing this? They're great journalistic outlets. They embed themselves with terrorist cells. That is real journalism. When you put yourself in harm's way like that to get information, why won't she put herself even in the harm's way of being looked down upon by the establishment? Apparently Vice will embed themselves with terrorist cells and investigatively report on ISIS, but they're too afraid of the establishment Democrats. So apparently the establishment Democrats are more scary than ISIS to Vice. Way to go, you pussies. You fucking pussies. Someone needs to take... Debbie Wasserman Schultz has already been taken down, but I really wish she would have just been taken down again by this journalist when she tried to come out there and be like, of course I didn't rig the primary. That's why I got fired. I mean, resigned in disgrace. I mean, resigned in not disgrace. I'm totally not disgraced. Everyone doesn't hate me. I didn't almost lose to Tim Canova, who has no name recognition and no funding. I didn't almost lose. Fuck you, Debbie. You rigged the primary. You're not fooling anyone. Peace out.